Hi, and welcome to 15 Minutes of Fame with Jeff and Jim. I'm Geoffrey Driscoll from anysportanytime.ca. With me, as always, is Jim Kerr from Kerzy's Notebook.blogspot.com. And we're going to talk a little bit about a couple of different sports here.
All kinds of stuff.
All kinds of stuff.
Where should we even start?
Big.
Oh, yeah.
You know, let's start someplace where we all want to start. Commonwealth Games. I mean, I always talk about Commonwealth Games. It's kind of my style.
You're an amateur sports guy.
Let's start with Commonwealth Games. October 3rd is when they're going to start here in New Delhi in India.
They're supposed
to start the opening ceremonies. Lots of Canadians going. But a little bit of trouble brewing in Delhi right now. So, for instance, a portion of the ceiling at the weightlifting venue caved in last week, and
thankfully there was some weightlifters there to push it back up.
That's exactly it.
So that's good. Yeah.
And
they called me, but I was busy.
You're busy?
Yeah, I was busy.
Couldn't make the trip there and back in time.
It's a long commute. It really is.
Next time.
Yeah, I had to work at 4. So
what do you do?
Not
much. So the Commonwealth Games, the committee has put pressure on the Indian government to get things going here after the spread of horrid conditions. There's disease, it sounds like. There's this, that, and the other thing. So the athletes' village, their monsoon rains have flooded the area, and they're working on trying to get it back into shape for this October 3rd. Jim, I mean, you talked to some of the athletes this week about the conditions over there and the prospect of not even going at all. What's going on there?
Well, as you would expect, a lot of the athletes that are supposed to be going, they want to go no matter what.
Yeah.
They've been building up to this, so they're putting their trust in the Canadians that are over there to make the right call, and they'll be going in the next few days, and they're hoping to be on their way. They've been working long and hard to get that athletes' village, livable.
Yeah.
And the standards are a little higher here maybe than they are there, but they've been working hard to get the water out of there, for example.
Right. That's probably a start.
Get the plumbing hooked up and all of that.
Exactly.
But the athletes, they want to go.
Yeah.
So while some of us on the outside might say, like, oh, they shouldn't go because, athletes have pulled out because of the health risk, the security risks.
Yeah.
But most of them, this is their thing. If it was me, I'd want to go.
No, that's exactly it. Well, I kind of think of it as, when you're working, you're a professional, and there's a big conference you got to go to. You go to the conference to go to work, It's the same thing here. This is their work, right? The athletes' work.
I mean, back to the conference thing.
No?
You go, but you might not go to all the things.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I guess. I mean, that's if I go.
Yeah. Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's fair
enough.
Okay, well, how about the city that came second in voting to New Delhi originally for those Commonwealth Games? What's going on there?
Well, Hamilton, they thought they had a hockey team a couple of times. They thought they were going to get the games. They lost out to New Delhi.
Disappointment after disappointment.
They're getting to host a bit of the Pan Am Games in 2015.
True.
So I talked to some people that were part of the 2010 bid, and they say, they're just going to show what they got in 2015. They don't wish any ill will or anything like that on New Delhi, and their thoughts are mainly with the athletes and with the people going over there with every country.
Yeah.
Because the last thing you want to see is it being a complete disaster.
Of course.
Even if you do want to say, well, we could have probably hosted a better one at the end of the day.
Yeah.
They want it to be a success. They want they're a part of the Commonwealth Games, as a whole. They want it to keep prospering and be good. So I'm sure in the back of their minds they wish they got it.
Yeah.
But at the same time they are getting an international event coming up.
Right. And they can go from there.
Yeah.
Maybe hopefully turn that into a
probably
professional hockey team.
I don't know. They got the new football stadium probably coming, and it'll be okay.
All right.
It'll be okay.
Let's say you were an
athlete. The Ticats are doing okay this year anyways. Who cares?
Let's say you were an athlete for a second. Okay, let's say you were a good athlete for a second. Do you go to the Commonwealth?
This role playing is hard.
It's not working out well for you so far. Let's say you were a good athlete, and would you go to the Commonwealth Games?
Well,
would you in India? Would you go to these Commonwealth Games?
I'll take the line that I've heard from athletes this week. If the Canadian Commonwealth Games people say everything's good and it's safe and it's there's no health risk, I'm there. If they say we shouldn't be going, I'm staying home.
Fair enough. It's just like the government. Trust the government.
That's
if they say go, you go. Right.
What do you do for work again? What do you work in?
Possibility I work with the government. There's a little side thing there, just trying to help us out.
Scoot my chair down.
Okay, let's go on to preseason in the NHL right now. Everybody in the Oilers, all the big three, they made all their debuts. Eberle debuted first, it started early, and then Paajarvi and Hall had their big debuts in Edmonton on TSN national television. TSN couldn't help but tell you every second minute that Hall was there, what Hall was doing.
Yeah. I heard he made his debut.
That's right. I'm surprised they didn't have a plane with a giant thing at the end of it, flying over, saying Hall makes debut on TSN tonight. Exactly, man. And not for an Eastern Conference team. That's so weird with TSN. I mean,
I know.
Come on now. So the first night Eberle played against the Sedin Twins, up against them, and did really well. The second night, Paajarvi scores 3 goals, gets another assist. Hall gets 1. And
couple of posts.
Couple of posts, right off the bat. So talk about the young line, the young kids, and their debuts.
Well, with Eberle, Sean Horcoff said afterwards that he's looking at him as a two-way player, and he's looking at how mature he is for his age, and how just in terms of hockey sense, how mature he was in that game. He was really, really impressed. They couldn't say enough about him in the days after that game. And of course, the day after that game,
after the first game,
was Paajarvi scoring a hat trick. Side note, it was the first time he'd ever had a hat thrown at him on the ice. He said he'd seen it on TV, and it was a cool experience.
It doesn't happen where he's from.
Yeah, that was kind of fun.
Yeah.
And Hall, everyone wanted to see that. He hit a post early on. The goal he scored, he created it out of nowhere, batted the puck down. He even said he was looking for the pass, but Gagne went behind the net. So, Dan Ellis is a quality NHL netminder. It's not like it was,
Oh, no, he played. No, it was a good goal.
John A. backup.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But all three of the guys had solid debuts, different types of solid debuts for Eberle and the other two.
Yeah, but they're different. They're different players, and we can't paint them all with the same brush.
No, absolutely. But you know that if Eberle gets the puck, he can score, which is a good thing. But if he's developing into a really good two-way player that can play top 6 minutes in that role, and he's penalty killing, as Sean Horcoff said, if you show the coaches you can penalty kill, well, there you are on the ice again. They put you out for the penalty kill. You have a good PK, they'll throw you out again.
Oh, for sure.
So the more you can do for the team, the better. And Eberle has really shown so far. Granted, let's not get ahead of ourselves. It's the first preseason game,
for each.
He was matched up against the Sedins, which is
it's nice to.
The second game, it wasn't Tampa Bay's strongest lineup.
What?
Your Lecaviers, your Stamkoses, your St. Louis.
No Simon Gagne.
Yeah, but at the same, but they still, you're battling against guys who are looking to make a team, and you're scoring on a quality netminder.
No, that's right. So Taylor Hall, he originally had a Twitter account. Apparently, he's ditched the Twitter account. Not going to be tweeting as much anymore.
At all.
At all. And the Oilers come out and say one player right now has a Twitter account, and it's the guy I've heard really the most from. The guy never seems to shut up. Jim Vandermeer. We hear nothing but talking from him. So what do you think about players having Twitter accounts? We were talking about Dan Ellis earlier. A few weeks back, Dan Ellis gets on the old Twitter, says that he doesn't really make enough money and that he needs to make more with the escrow accounts and taxes and all that stuff. He's got a tough life, the professional goaltender. So
the thing is, when you have a lot of money, all you want is more money.
That's right. But see, people like us, we got no money.
Yeah, so it's a moot point.
It's no big deal.
Yeah.
What do you think about NHL players on Twitter?
I like pro athletes on Twitter. Sure. It's a bit of fun. It shows a bit of a glimpse into their life, and sometimes they'll address things after a game. It's never anything too controversial. Sometimes it is, and that's even more fun.
That's the fun parts.
But I can see why Taylor Hall wouldn't want to have it, because he said it was blowing up his phone.
Oh, really?
You can just take Twitter off your phone.
Yeah, that doesn't happen. Not in this day and age.
But, I can see why he maybe wouldn't want it just in case, but I enjoy having pro athletes on Twitter.
There are a couple of really good ones. Paul Bissonnette, he's Biz Nasty 2.0. The guy's awesome. So he's really good. Likes to take pictures of homeless people, but he's got he raises money for homeless charities as well. So he's really good. He's fun to read. But you know who else is fun to read? You know who else is fun to read on Twitter?
Who?
Us.
That's right.
Us.
Who's got 4 thumbs and is good to read on Twitter? These guys! All right.
So we're on Twitter. Check us out at 15 minutes YEG. It's going to be right along the bottom of the right here. This is where it's going to come up.
You said that last time, and Quick Hits wasn't there.
It wasn't there. Okay,
we'll see about this time.
We'll do it this time, or I'll try to do it this time if I can get my fancy thing. So
you can follow us though.
Yeah, follow us at 15.
We'll follow you back
probably if you've got anything good to say.
Depends which one of us is logged on.
That's true.
I'm more generous.
He's much more generous. I'm kind of the jerk. So follow us, 15 minutes YEG. I'm not going to put it up that time. I'm going to put it up the first time, but not put it up the second time.
That's fine.
Moving on, the Edmonton Eskimos won this week. Yeah, I don't know if you can believe it. They're 3-9. I know, right?
I like it.
So the Edmonton Eskimos won. They were against the Toronto Argonauts, and they were in Moncton, of all places.
Touchdown
Atlantic.
Yeah.
So... first off, real quick, Eskimos win. Do they have a chance at getting into those playoffs?
They just got to keep winning.
Yeah, that's right.
That's it's basic, but that's just it. They have to keep winning. They're getting into the end zone. Calvin McCarty 2 touchdowns today. Put up points, win some games.
They got to keep winning, and the BC lines have to lose.
The crazy part is that they're still in it.
Yeah, what kind of...
Ricky Ray said, I can't believe this.
Yeah, we're 3-9 and possibly in a playoff spot.
But that's the beauty of the game, I guess.
CFL.
So they just keep winning and
that's
see what happens.
Yeah.
And if you're winning heading into the playoffs, the team's feeling good.
Especially in the CFL.
Absolutely.
CFL Commissioner Mark Cohen says from Moncton. I mean, it's not that he doesn't have to say this, but he says Moncton could be a place that the CFL could find their way to a little
possibility,
later. Possibly,
but not a probability.
Is that what he said?
Something like that.
See, yeah of course.
So they need to prove they have a fan base. They need a 25,000 seat stadium. Where they played today was 21 with the additional seats. They need a legitimate building. They need to show that they have a legitimate fan base that's gonna. And I'm sure they do, but there's other things on the CFL's plate in terms of that kind of stuff. You got Ottawa coming up. There's teams looking to build new stadiums. So maybe in the future, but
what's your opinion? You think yes?
Yeah, why not?
Why not?
Richie Hall this week was saying he loves going out that way.
Sure.
But why not?
Why not? Exactly. Seemed like
more teams, more jobs.
Yeah.
More excitement.
No, it's great. All right, so now we're moving on to another section. It's going to be called Quick Hits.
Quick Hits.
Up here, I think. We're going to try Quick Hits up there.
Okay, it better be. You're going to look dumb if it's not up there.
Yeah, right. So I'm going to ask some questions. You're going to give me quick answers, okay? And now I'm going to look over on the screen a little bit more because it's not all up in the head, but we'll see here.
I didn't know that.
During the Joey Moss Cup with the Edmonton Oilers, the blue team had a line of Sean Horcoff, Taylor Hall, and Alex Hemsky, as I like to call them, the Triple H line. So are we going to see this team, this line this season?
I hope. Well, with line combinations, it's about who's gelling, what's working, who's got chemistry. I'm sure at some points we'll see it. It might be a power play line. It might be, any number of things. But you've got another question.
So the Triple H line, I like, Triple H from the WWE. Should, every time that line comes on, should his heavy metal theme music come onto the ice?
Here's what I'd like to see. You get the tap on the shoulder. Lights go down, the music comes on, pyrotechnics, all that kind of garbage.
Every time they come on.
Yeah, every time they come on.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
great.
And only half the song if it's half the line, and I want to see championship belts.
You got to see championship belts. Who's your favorite Oiler so far in the preseason?
Ooh, only because of how he played in his post-game comments.
Yeah.
I like Paajarvi right now.
Nothing wrong.
I like that first goal too, the fake shot kind of... meant to do it, didn't mean to do it.
And he had the big smile on the face.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little baseball real quick. You got 5 seconds. Who's going to take the American League East?
I hope the Rays. Yeah.
Whoa! There's a bell. Well, looks like
a snooze button.
Looks like our 15 minutes of fame are up yet again. Until next week, we'll come back with another 15 minutes. That's how we do things around here.
That's right.
So
it's over when we say it's
exactly.
over.
Check out, as well, we're on Facebook. Check out 15 Minutes of Fame on Facebook, or if you're friends with Jim, just go on his page and find out. Or me. I have less friends. Again, don't forget the Twitter. We're on YouTube, and don't forget to check anysportanytime.ca. Will be posted there, and there's a lot more blog. There's a lot more people who post there, as well as visit Jim at What's your blog?
Kersey's
No, I'm just kidding. It's right here. It's right here.
Yeah, man.
Blogspot.com.
See, it's not all in his head. He's got to refer to the...
In the meantime, I'm Geoffrey Driscoll for Jim Kerr. Thanks again.